Hello everyone and welcome to the April, I'm trying to remember what month it was, movie club.
Hi.
That's Mike, I'm AJ. Our two movies for this month were Agent Cody Banks. So here's the problem, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna say for May's movie club that comes out at the end of the month. So we can't do Cody Banks for at least another. So the earliest it would be is the June one. We can't do the sequel.
Don't worry. I have an idea already for that one. We're not going to spoil it. They have a couple more weeks to find out. But I already have an idea if we're going to keep with this theme. Don't you worry. Continue. What's the other movie?
And probably, I don't know, up there for the worst movie that we've seen of the new movies. the Best of Enemies, I think is the movie title.
I know we were about to start with Agent Cody Banks, but now you brought it up, I think we need to start with Best of Enemies.
So I'll say this up front.
Okay.
Sam Rockwell and Taraji P. Henson put in very good performances.
They like, independent of the movie, they are great.
The rest of this movie is absolute garbage.
I don't know if it's garbage. So I was thinking about this walking out there because I saw it last night, and in my head I kept being like, did I enjoy myself? And I think the answer might be yes, but like only for like half the movie. And I go piece by piece where I think it like breaks and stuff too.
I can tell you this. I saw it approximately 4 hours before we recorded this.
Okay.
The only parts I enjoyed were the parts between Sam and Taraji.
I'll give you that. I think most of my parts.
Their two parts were the only good parts.
So one of the things that sticks with me to kind of start with the disappointment in the movie is, you know, the epic trailer. I consider the epic trailer moment, like, it's really good in the background music in the trailer, and like when she like flips the guy's chair around who refuses to talk to black people in the council. Yeah. Why did that moment look amazing in the trailer? And it was the same moment, but it sucked on the screen.
Because when you edit a trailer, not only do you kind of edit to the music, but you'll also change color balance and color adjustments.
No, that's true. But the issue I have is like that moment just didn't feel punchy, and to me was like that was when that was the first 5 minutes of the film, and that didn't feel punchy. I was like, oh no. Was it the first? I thought that was the second.
No,
that was during the housing stuff in the beginning of the film.
Yeah, but no, the first council meeting, he turns around.
No. He turns out she forces him back around, then is what I'm saying.
No. The second council meeting, he turns him around.
No, that was the housing stuff.
Yeah, the housing is the opening of the movie.
That's when she turns him around.
No.
Yes.
No, I just saw this. They have two. In the first one, he turns around, but then at the end of the meeting, he turns himself around.
Okay.
The second one was the school, the meeting about starting integration for the schools. Mm-hmm. And that's where he turns around and she turns him around.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one, the housing one, he just turns around and doesn't pay attention. And
independent, that just didn't feel earned. Like, to me, it would have felt more earned if it was like when they're winning the fight, like, or something, like if they had to deliver the verdict in some capacity to city council, and she turned him, like, it'd been that level of, like, would have felt like a punch. Yeah. It didn't feel like an earned, like, to me, that's like a to prove to you we won kind of moment, and that was like instead like a to prove a character type moment.
I mean, it kind of worked for what they were trying to do. I think it worked. In the part of the movie where they put it, it did not work.
Right. Okay, I agree with that.
It worked as establishing her character as she's fed up with this. And it's just ridiculous that she sees him turn around every time she comes up. And finally, she just snaps.
But also, I feel like her snapping, like, I understand, like, it's an emotional thing, but, like, her snapping from just a film point of view felt
it was at a weird spot, too.
Right, it also felt like she snapped absurdly quick. And I understand that's her character, and, like, what the topic is why. But, like, from a film storytelling point of view.
Well, okay, so they told the story right, because if you imagine there being 30 years at least, well, at least 20 years of tension in that town.
Yeah.
You start to think about that and you're like, okay, Ann Atwater's probably in her early 30s. So she's lived with this her entire life. So there's a lot of that tension. And then she finally snapped. Like, suddenly you start to think of it as like, okay. But for her character, it was good. But in the movie, it was just like it's such a throwaway, it felt like.
Yeah, and there's other things. So I'm going to give the movie a compliment. Which is another thing. The idea of Sam Rockwell's character and, like, showing, like, this KKK guy as, like, a human and, like, his evolution, I think was a decent arc. And, like, the thing that impressed me from the sense of, it'd be so easy to show him as not a human in this. And they didn't.
Oh, yeah, they could have easily just... I think they did this movie... I think one of the reasons why I didn't necessarily like it is they didn't go one side or the other.
Which almost to me, and to me it's a compliment almost of, like, they found a way to, like, make it feel like they're trying to tell a thing without dehumanizing him. Like, that he didn't outdo the rest of the KK who didn't change, but, like, him specifically, his character, they're like, no, there's more to him. Like, even, like, when he was a shitty person, they're like, it's more to him. It's not like they just showed him shitty to good. They went, he's still shitty, but it's complicated shitty.
Well, like, the thing of it is, right, if they wanted to just tell the story as it was, why didn't they just put out the documentary that was filmed 15 years ago?
But that's like every biopic, I could argue the same thing.
But, like, the thing of it is, there's a lot of biopics, though, that, like, drum up parts of it.
Okay.
And they didn't do that for this, and I think, honestly, it harmed it because it was just kind of like, okay, he's got a son that's mentally handicapped, and, you know, she goes to help him, and he doesn't know how to handle it, and that starts to, you know, break him down, and, like, okay, you just told the story, but there's no action to it, right? There's no dramatization of it. It's just like,
so
they're just kind of telling the facts, which is...
It's true. I think the dramatization, though, came from, like, when the KKK guys kind of intervened on their own. Like, there was your drama. I think that was decent dramatization in that vein, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that stuff happened.
I'm sure that, but the way they told it, I'm saying, at least, was decent dramatization.
Which I thought was... The way they handled the nurse... I thought, that's a really interesting way to handle it, considering our president and his former statements.
That got way darker. Like, I expected them to be in there and, like, threaten her.
Oh, it got dark. Well, it got dark for a different reason.
Wait, I expected them just to be like, we'll kill, like, some level of a threat, just vaguely. Not that blunt of a threat, I think, is what almost shocked me.
I thought they were going to come in and...
shoot the place up.
Well, no, I thought she... was, like, friends with black people and may have had them over. And then they were going to beat the hell out of them. Like, that's what I thought was going to happen.
I thought it would be akin to that scene when you first meet, like, when they go shoot up the house.
Oh, yeah, for no reason.
No, there was a reason.
I mean, there was a reason, but it's like...
Yeah.
I'm just like... You guys are just, like... Okay, this movie does one thing right. It shows just how stupid the Klan is.
Oh, yeah. I always thought it made the Klan a good light. I just more was impressed in the way they told, like, Sam Rockwell's story.
I will say, I'm happy with the way that they handled the Klan, because they could have easily just been like, know, just, you know, burning crosses left and right.
That's true. They didn't do like Mississippi Burning level Klan.
Yeah, they handled it in a good way. Which obviously, when you're talking about the Klan,
what's a good way?
Yeah, how do you handle that? Because obviously,
the thing I'm going to stick
scar.
Is yes, it's a huge scar, and like I'm not backing it. It's the sense though of like the way they tell the story. I like the part of they tell the story of like as much as they're saying crazy stuff, you could tell that like it's all of the white people in the area felt like their lives were under attack. That's where their hatred came from, was fear, and they showed that more than like.
Oh yeah.
Like they showed why, and I think that's what impressed me. Because again, if you're going to just do a bland Klan story, you just be like, nah, they're all racist. Have a good day. You at least go, why are they racist?
Well, and I think they actually covered a good part of it where the Klan wasn't just against blacks and, you know, any minority.
When she was like, and the Jews, I was like, oh god, I forgot about that.
The communists and the Jews, they were neo-Nazis, like.
Yeah.
And I mean, it doesn't take very long to look at the Klan logo from back then and harken back 40 years to Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't have to spend much time finding that correlation. And the words I'm about to say are words I probably never thought I would say. I'm glad they handled that with the Klan. Like, I'm glad they told that side of the Klan, because, yes, if you just tell a bland Klan story, it's, oh, these guys are going around and beating up every black person they see and just making life a living hell for them. You know, they kind of mention that it happens, but they never show it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they more show that, like, okay, these people are, you know, the one half of society is basically all Klan.
Mm-hmm.
And the other half are these.
But it was interesting, though, because they made a point in the movie of explaining how it wasn't one half anymore. Because that was the whole voting thing.
Well, yeah, they had to find.
But it was very clear. They're like, no. All of the black people are universal, like, anti, but the white people are split. Like, they're very clear to point that out.
They were, but also in that meeting when they're deciding the other council members.
Yeah.
He mentions off, like, the Klan, something else.
Yeah.
The one black activist group, and then Operation Breakthrough.
Which was, yeah.
They never mention either of those other groups ever again.
Which is interesting. I don't know why why did they not just be, like, why do they mention them at that point? To me, I would just be like, nah, it's just the two groups, deal with it. Like, I don't get why we mention them, we don't use them.
I understand it's for world building.
But
and
like,
I think they do. I think they do mention it at one, like, early on in the movie.
Yeah, but you don't use them.
The one black group, they never mention the white group.
Yeah.
Ever, besides that throwaway line in the council.
But again, it's the old-fashioned. If we're gonna bring something for world building, I need more than they exist for it to be a world building thing.
Yeah, like, you need to mention them more or you need to show them.
Or you could at least shown something along lines of, like, when the KK did a mission, they've, like, we need to contact X friends or something. Like, some level have a thread of they're connected.
Yeah. Well, and maybe they weren't connected. You know, maybe they were.
Okay, but then we should mention them at another point, being like, we gotta watch out for these guys. Like, something. Yeah. We can't just mention them once.
They never handle it. I will say, the way that they handle, what's his son's name?
Oh, God, Kevin. Kevin?
The one that's in the hospital?
Yeah, is it Kevin?
I thought it was Leonard?
Larry.
The way they handle him, I think, is very well done. It's tastefully done. Like,
it is tastefully. It is, for sure. I'll give it that. Of, like, even little stuff of, like, it was very interesting to watch it. Like, when the son called everyone else in that hospital, like, something wrong. And the father was like, no. And it was this interesting dynamic of like the way he looks at like his like condition. I was like, no, he's human. And then there was the black people thing. It was this very interesting like thing because
well, and it's like, okay, obviously that's anytime you're going to deal with mental health issues and developmental issues, it's very tough in today's climate because people are going to say, oh, well, you did this wrong or you did this wrong. And I think the way they handled it was tastefully done, and they didn't like, they focused on it, but only enough to get the point across. Like, this guy's human. Like,
which again, impressive makes it so
CP
easy
is human.
It'd been so easy to be like, he's not human. End of the day.
Also, they never mention his other two boys ever again.
No.
Like, they're there, he slaps the one on the head, and then it's always his daughter.
Also, can I say the insensitive thing that, we're both thinking?
Shoot, I don't know if we're both thinking it, but...
About his daughter. Where did they find this actress? And where did they find this actress for his daughter?
I think she was so just not a thing. I've like blocked her out of my mind.
Right, and that's my problem with her. I'm like, that's what I'm like, what is like, what was the point of her?
Yeah. The mom looks like Meg Ryan from Top Gun.
And she was in scenes. That's what gets me.
Yeah.
So she wasn't there, which is, but like, what was the point of her? Anything the daughter did, the mom could have done. And that's the issue with the daughter.
Yeah. Well, okay, here's the problem. I think I get the daughter and the one girl that they grew up on the council. I think in my mind I'm getting them confused.
Wait, the girl they grew up on the council?
The blonde chick, the nurse?
Oh, okay. I think mentally I do not confuse those in the slightest.
Well, no, obviously I know the nurse is the one that gets harassed by the Klan, but like in terms of picturing the scenes, I think I'm getting them like, okay, I remember the daughter did this, but I couldn't tell you what she looked like. I can maybe tell you what the nurse looked like.
I feel like
I can tell you the mom looks like Meg Ryan from Top Gun.
The daughter looked like a younger version of the mom, but her hair was 1,000% more disheveled. She had this super grainy hair.
Yeah.
No, the boys too. I'm like, I understand. Like the one scene with the boys were actually in it was actually not atrocious in the slide. Like it was a decent scene of like kind of showing family stuff. But like,
yeah, it was a good character building moment for.
At least have them in the background. At least have them in the background somewhere again. Don't just hire them for that one scene.
Were they ever at the charade?
No,
I don't think they were.
That's the point, though. Why is the mother and daughter there, but not the sons?
The better question is, it seemed like people were just kind of coming and going as they pleased. I
was working logistically how the charade would work in my head, and I'm very unsure how people with jobs were at that charade.
I have a feeling most of those people were not exactly well employed.
But that's true. But like, it was 10 days, and they were talking about like lunch.
It was 2 weeks.
Okay, it was 2 weeks. But the point is, they were talking about lunch, not dinner, and that's what got me too. I'm like, so how are all of you taking work off for 2 weeks? Especially because he co-chaired it, which means in theory he was there the entire time, besides when that emergency happened.
I wonder if maybe it was handled like jury duty, maybe.
Like they pay you? But how do you pay?
Or your company. Like some companies will cover jury.
No, that's true, but if they don't, the states do. But like, there was 100 people at that charade. We're talking about a small town in the middle.
It looked like 1,000. Okay, Durham's not a small town, but...
But you know what I'm saying, though. We're talking about, like, how much we're talking about money-wise. Like, what?
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense.
And maybe this all happened this way and we're just picking it, but, like, at least explain it better.
Yeah.
It's that, what
I think, okay, here's the thing, right? I think it has as many issues as White Boy Rick.
Actually, might be true.
The problem is, like,
White Boy Rick, I think...
they tried to handle their problems and, like, just, describe what's going on. In this, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they just kind of leave it up to you.
Yeah.
I will say, though, CP, whatever his last name is,
Ellis,
his family had a great taste in cars.
that is true.
I can tell you exactly what they drove.
Could you?
Yep. He drove a four-door Ford Galaxy.
Okay.
I couldn't tell which trim model it was. They never showed the badge close enough. His wife drove a Ford Fairlane station wagon. And the council member was driven around in a Lincoln Continental. Probably a 66 or 67.
Okay.
The thing of it is, the Galaxy that CP drove, they're super easy to tell what they are because of their taillights. They have those round, like, perfectly circular round with the middle blacked out. Galaxies are beautiful, especially two-door version. I used to race that in NASCAR.
Nice.
The two-door Galaxy, they had a version called the Galaxy 500.
Ooh.
Very fast car.
Did I tell you
It was probably the first, like, muscle car.
AJ, I'm a big boy now, though. I officially got a new car.
It's not a Buick?
It's not a Buick. Oh, no, we turned the Buick into CarMax.
How much did CarMax give you for the Buick?
$1,200.
Not gonna lie, that's more than I thought they were gonna.
It was 120,000 miles, and there's a giant dent in the side of it. They said the trans was about to go, and the key fob is busted on it.
I'm surprised they gave you over $1,000 for it.
We would too. I now drive a 2019 Toyota Corolla.
Nice.
Hey. It's fine. It's stable. We got it for a decent price.
Does it have any goodies on it, or?
Oh, yeah. It has. I got the extended touchscreen. It has the nice rims, and it has a sunroof.
What's your payment on that?
With insurance?
Just go monthly payment. Because insurance can be...
I only loaned part of it, so it's like $280.
Not bad.
That's what I mean. It's not atrocious.
My car, when I got mine, my monthly payment was $165 a month.
Because you have a Subaru...
I have an '08 Subaru Impreza.
Okay, nobody was trying to get me to Subarus. That's how I knew you had a Subaru.
So here's the problem with Subaru. Like, I love them, and I'll probably...
Because they're
as long as I can, as long as I can afford them, I'll get them. Keyword there being afford.
Yeah, they're more expensive than Toyotas, for example. I looked at stuff. I was like, ooh.
Well, and especially for like the smallest Subaru you can get into right now is either an Impreza. Well, it's an Impreza, and that's like $25 to start.
I liked it was their Legacy, but it was too cheap. So
the Legacy is the sedan. That's a really nice car, and that's going to have the new touchscreen coming out here soon.
Now the question: are they Michigan built?
They're Indiana built. Well, some of them are.
So not Michigan built.
No. Trying to think of. Nissan's got a plant here.
Ford.
Toyota does some stuff.
I know Toyota does some stuff.
There's a lot of the parts manufacturers are in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, even Subarus, a lot of the plastic in the interior is in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's one of the places I worked before I was in college.
Ooh.
It's not super far from my house. They do a lot of the plastic for the interior. I mean, you name it, they make it here in Michigan for somebody.
That's true.
So yeah.
Nice. So
I think that's it for car talk.
That's it.
I honestly would love to reboot Car Talk, the NPR show, but have you on it, and you know very little about cars.
I'd be like, so how many horses fit in this engine?
Yeah.
And you'd be like, 10, and I'd be like, is that good?
You have probably, how big's the engine, 1.6? Or is it a 2?
Sure.
So you've probably got 140-ish horsepower, I'd say. Depending on the motor you have.
I get like 37 miles per gallon, if that helps.
It doesn't, because I don't know their current engines and what they get. But yeah, I mean, 37. I mean, Toyotas are known for fuel economy.
Yeah, the Toyotas are known for, like, you fill this thing up once a month and you're good.
I know somebody that's got a, it's not a Volt, it was before the Volt. And they fill up, I think they said, like 2 to 3 times a quarter. Because they do a lot of city driving, so it's a lot of the battery. And then the highway driving, like, the engine is super, super efficient. So they never spend anything on gas, and it's like, it's pretty impressive what some of these older cars could do.
So I once heard a good description, not for that, but about a Nissan Leaf. It was like driving in a fart, is what I once heard.
I don't think I would ever get a Leaf, only because they're so small.
The only electric car you would get me to get, do you know what electric car you would get me to get?
I would never get a Tesla.
You knew exactly what I was going to say. It was a Tesla Model 3.
I would never get a Tesla.
Why?
Well, okay, I'm not going to say never, but until they fix their interior qualities and their overall build quality, I'm not going to spend that kind of money for a car.
The interior, there's the upgrade interior, which I think it fixes it, but the catch is it's not the baseline interior. I'll give it that.
No, I've been in a X with the upgraded interior.
Okay.
And it still looks and feels like shit. Because if you're looking at an S, right? A fully loaded S is like $120,000.
I was looking at like a Model 3 because that starts at like 26, but continue.
Well, it's easier to describe the top end stuff because they're usually a little more in line with other cars.
That's valid.
So for that price, for $120,000, you're looking at a 911 turbo. You're looking at, if you want to stay a full size sedan, like a Mercedes, high-end Mercedes. Probably an S550.
Okay.
And those are just obviously built to last, and they've been built forever, so. Whereas like a Model 3 is more, I think a fully loaded Model 3 is $50,000.
Fully loaded, I think that sounds right. Because fully loaded included, I assume we're talking about like one of the advanced engines, they get like 360.
Yeah. Well, and like, so for that price, right, you're looking at a decently loaded 3 Series from BMW.
Or, there was a Genesis I really liked, which is in that price range.
So there was a Genesis in your price range?
No, not in my price range. In the said price range. We were at a Nissan dealer, and Genesis is their upgraded stuff, so they had Genesis stuff there.
No, Infinity is Nissan.
No, Infinity, and who's Genesis? We're at the one that Genesis...
Hyundai.
We're at a Hyundai deal, that's what it was. We had a Hyundai deal, and they had some Genesis stuff up there. And it was, trust me, it was a car we instantly were like, ooh! But then we saw the price, we're like, no!
So the time to have gotten a Genesis is 4 to 5 years ago.
Okay.
Because you could have still gotten the Genesis Coupe with a V8 in it.
Okay.
And that was basically your ticket to finding out how much you can spend on tires. Because it was a 4.2 2-liter V8. It was either 4.2 or 4.6 V8 to a rear-wheel drive car that weighed basically nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could just plant your right foot and just smoke the tires all day.
Ooh.
Now it's a turbo V6. It does better in gas mileage. It might actually have more power. But like, I will always appreciate the noise of just a deep V8 growl, like an old, like even non-car people can appreciate like a 60s American car starting up and driving away. Like just that deep guttural, just
oof.
Everybody knows that sound. If you never heard it, you have to go find somebody with an old Mustang or old Camaro or even an old like Caddy.
You never saw my dad's. I think last time you saw my dad's Mustang.
No, he had it in the shed.
Yeah, it's the '69 Mustang. It's a good car. He finally switched it back to his manual trans, but he's keeping the automatic, so when he dies one day, I could put it back.
So my dad used to own a '69 Camaro.
Oh.
Beautiful car. Sold that to his best friend. Bought a '96 Mustang convertible.
Okay.
All black. It was triple black. It was black roof, black car, black leather interior.
At night you couldn't see a thing.
Yeah, tinted windows. And then he had what's called an X pipe exhaust.
Okay.
Which technically in about half of the states is illegal.
I was gonna say, it felt like that was one of those things. The noise complaints.
Because not only is it bad on noise, but it had basically no emissions stuff, so it wouldn't pass an emissions test. But in Michigan, we don't have emissions tests, so don't worry about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we do.
So when he started that thing up in the garage, you could hear it about 1.5 miles away. Great car. That thing was amazing. We haven't had anything since, but my dad's best friend has got the Mustang. He's got a Pontiac Trans Am that he did up to be like Smokey and the Bandit. He's got a couple other cars like that. He loves muscle cars, so yeah, cars are something that my family loves. All right, now it's definitely time to end car talk.
Okay, so out of car talk and back to my favorite movie of all time for that one. Then, so what is your opinion of Best of Enemies? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
The movie itself, thumbs down. Sam Rockwell and Taraji P. Henson, a huge thumbs up.
I think I agree with you. I think I'm somewhere in the middle more of like, I still going back, I don't know if it's an atrocious film, I just don't know if I enjoyed myself doing the film, and that's what gets me. I'm like, I enjoyed moments, but like,
here's the thing, right? Like,
the issue is the highs are decently high, but they're never as high as the lows are low.
Yeah. The problem with this movie is it's opening 3 weeks before Avengers.
Avengers, by all accounts, those pre-ticket pre-sales, I've been seeing numbers of like, they think it could break $1 billion in a weekend. Type numbers. Avengers, they said, has
it would be tough only because you just need like no theater is gonna rent out all of its screens just for Avengers.
I don't know that. So the reason I don't know if that's not true is because if you look at like ticket sales right now, there are theaters that are like staying open till 6 a.m, like Friday morning.
Oh no,
right now.
They'll do that.
But like they're doing it more than they did for Infinity War, and like their numbers of like they said in the first 24 hours it has 5 times Infinity War's total pre-sales.
Well, like what I'm saying is the place that you and I went to see Spider-Man has 20 screens.
They're not doing 20 screens.
Yeah, they're not going to rent out
8 or
all
10
20
screens.
screens.
I could see them do 8 or 10 screens though for the weekend.
They generally do like a rolling rotation of 4 for those movies.
Depending how busy, like in my area, a lot of theaters are just doing like half Avengers.
Well, and that's like the rolling 4 could take up, like they could play Avengers in every theater. Mm-hmm. It's just they're rolling like
4 at a time.
Yeah, 4 at a time, because then that way they can still show other stuff.
But the issue is also anything big is just hiding from Avengers.
Yeah. But what I was going to say is the performances from Sam Rockwell and Taraji Henson are going to be, I think, by awards season.
They're going to get something. At least be nominated. They're nominated.
They should get something. I'm just worried that they're going to be like, oh yeah, that was that movie in April.
Mm-hmm.
And from all accounts, it's doing absolutely terrible at the box office.
I was wondering, this is not a movie I felt like was going to do well.
I saw, though, its budget was only $10 million, so...
But the question is, does it break $10 million opening weekend? I bet you it's like 5.
Opening weekend, it did like 5.5.
Okay.
So if it can have a strong second week, it can probably break even.
Yeah, but it's not gonna maybe break even. I can see. I don't think it's gonna like make bank.
Oh, it's not going to make money. It'll break even.
Which again, I'm gonna say it too. A better film about racism was my film and the Oscars film of the year last year of Green Book.
I never got to see that. I really wanted to see it.
Also, I'm gonna say Green Book is an objectively better film. Like anyone.
Oh, I heard very good things about it.
Like that was even like Green Book. I was like, that is the best film I saw last year, and I'm like very much like in my head. I was like, is this gonna try? Because this is my head for obvious reasons. I
All right, everyone, we are back from our
legally
intermission.
Union. We are now a union shop, so union rules say I get 1 pee break every 35 minutes of recording time. Did I tell you we're a union shop now? We are local. We are local. 669. That's right.
We're both in states that were at one point by unions. So.
Again, we are local shop 69. It is for the video game and film podcasters.
Oh, don't bring up video games and unions, because then you're gonna get.
It's video game and podcaster. I'm writing this literally on the whiteboard as we're talking. Trade union. Remember, this is local 69. If you have any doubt, go to local 69 for $5.com and see what it sends you to. I have no clue this URL works, so I'm not held
local 69 for 5.
Yup, for $5.com. So
I could see that URL popping up, and so one of my favorite subreddits, just browse because it's hilarious, is r/Pornhub comments. It's hilarious.
I love the people who are like having a conversation.
Oh yeah, they'll have they'll have some of the most random conversations, like, "Hey, I've got this that I'm trying to bake. What should the oven be at?" And like the next comment will be this super detailed, like, "Okay, well first you want to make sure you have tinfoil on it. Then you're gonna want to preheat the oven to 350. Put it in at 350 with the tinfoil on for an hour and a half. Then pull it out, pull the tinfoil off, bump the oven up to 375, put it back in." And I'm like, dude, you're writing this comment as you're jerking it. Like,
no, obviously he wasn't. His hands were busy.
And
one hand to hold the object, one to turn the stove on.
Oh, yeah.
Dipshit.
That's not what I was thinking about.
Obviously.
You said in the break that you wanted to talk about something that
That's true.
ended up being what, like 7.5, almost 8 hours.
Okay, I didn't watch the whole thing. We're going to talk about WrestleMania for a couple minutes here. This WrestleMania, I'm going to say it had its lows, but its highs were goddamn amazing.
Its highs are probably the best since 30, and
but
its lows are so low that it makes it probably one of the worst modern WrestleMania.
I think, okay, but you want to so the thing is, though, like, stuff like, my example is the match of the show, and anyone who argues me is crazy, is the Kofi match.
Oh, the Kofi match was amazing.
The Kofi match was goddamn amazing. It was absurdly long, also.
Yeah, it was I think it was 25 minutes.
Right, so that match was great. The girls botched it at the end.
I haven't seen the women's match.
Literally,
I've only seen the
her shoulder
ending.
wasn't down.
Oh no, I did see the roll up. Yeah,
Like, are you kidding me?
Rousey's shoulder is up. But apparently, have you seen that Rousey apparently really broke her hand pretty bad in that match, and
Yeah.
that may have been one of the reasons why they were calling it. Also, when that match finished, it was like quarter after or almost 12:30 in the morning.
It was absurdly long, yeah.
Like, the reason WrestleManias are only getting worse is because they're so long.
So what's interesting, so WrestleMania to me, the joke is every WrestleMania needs two people, right? It needs John Cena and The Undertaker. John Cena,
No.
Dr. Thugonomics was great.
I'd argue it really only needs, like, if you're of the camp that WrestleMania needs somebody, then they're doing it wrong.
So the reason I'd argue that is just from the logistics of, okay, now here's why I think they agree with me is, why the hell was The Undertaker at Raw the next day? Like,
I have no idea. Like,
if you're going to have The Undertaker, don't put him on Raw this day after you put him on WrestleMania.
also, Taker was a SmackDown guy. Like,
Right. But also, because the whole thing was he also had a feud with Elias, was the whole shtick. Because that was a dumb plot they were doing forever. But I'm saying though, if you're going to actually pull him out, he should be on WrestleMania, not on the other two shows the week of.
I love Elias feuds. I'll just say that right now.
Oh, so Elias started like singing, right? And all of a sudden you just see it, and literally you all of a sudden you're like, everyone's like, who's coming out? So I heard them. You see it, and you're like, oh no, John Cena.
Well, no, any Elias feud that goes anywhere is always with an old timer that they're bringing back for a cheap pop,
Go on.
and then he just gets destroyed, and it's the best.
Mm-hmm.
Like his current gimmick, where they do the whole it's a concert.
Mm-hmm.
I think is personally stupid.
But the crowd likes him, and I enjoy
I don't
him.
like.
See, I agree with the beginning. I've learned to actually kind of love Elias.
Like, I get that he's got the crowd behind him and all that. But in the same breath, like, if I'm going to watch Raw, which I haven't done in probably 2.5 years, like, if I'm going to sit down and watch Raw, first off, it doesn't need to be 3 hours. And then if...
Oh, well, I don't know if I agree with you, but go on.
Raw doesn't need to be 3 hours.
So the reason I disagree with you is I think SmackDown at times 2 hours feels almost too short. Because the issue with SmackDown, the way they've been doing it recently, is they've been doing like 3 matches.
I honestly believe that if WWE decided to look at NXT and realize how popular the hour-long produced shows are, I think people would start to love it. Because if you think
need to
about
show
it,
in match times, then I think you need to show in match times if you're going to do that.
No, you just do 2 or 3 matches, which is what they do in NXT.
But okay, but
Like
SmackDown's
they'll
been
have 2
consistently
matches
like,
and then a squash match in the middle.
the issue is SmackDown has been like, we're doing the intro shtick, and then it's literally been like 2 or 3 matches in a 2-hour show, though, and that's why I think it's been a problem.
Well, they definitely have to, redo their show strategy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think about it, right, like any normal pay-per-view weekend is a minimum of 4 hours at the pay-per-view, and then 5 hours the next 2 days.
That's true. For the record, I think WrestleMania should not be 7 hours. I'm not defending the WrestleMania length. I just don't have a good view on the weekly product length. Or in my head, at least, we should be, if there's a pay-per-view, we should either do the insane thing I know to them of skipping a week, or adjusting the showtimes of said week.
If you were going to skip or adjust, I would suggest that they do it very carefully.
Oh, well, I agree with you, but I think that would almost make more sense if we're going to go down this. Like, in my head, almost they go, in our heads, we think our audience will watch 6 hours of wrestling a week, so then we always have X hours a week. Whatever that is, I think this is the way you should do it.
Well, and I saw a pretty actually a pretty good comment. Somebody said what they should do instead of Mania being 7 hours, because they try to get everybody on the on the roster a match, which they don't end up doing. They should just have seasons.
Do you mean like sub-seasons, like every 3 months, or what do you mean?
Like somebody's season runs Mania to Survivor Series.
Okay.
And then somebody else's runs Survivor Series to Mania, which is actually a little bit shorter, but either way.
I get what you're saying, though. I don't know.
Like, because then that way, right, you can get guys time off so they can recover from injuries.
Right.
You can get everybody on the roster so you can do a ton of different storylines. And, like, if they wanted to have the New Day, right, like, their season's done, but then they could easily pop up at a random SmackDown. So then that way everybody has a big pay-per-view, right? The ones from Mania to Survivor Series have SummerSlam. And then the ones from Survivor Series to Mania have Mania as their end of season show. And that's what Mania is supposed to be. It's supposed to be the wrap-up
of the season.
Yeah, the storyline season, which is fine, but if they're going to treat it like that, they need to actually do seasons, because otherwise, like, Ronda went through like 3 different feuds between Manias.
Right. And yeah,
none of them stuck. Like,
I'm not disagreeing with you. In my head, almost the way I would do it, which would fuck with your ratings a ton, is you do, if you did like 2 seasons, for example, right? It'd be the A season and the B season, and it would inherently be the B season of the less important people.
No, I would try to pepper them throughout both.
And then
just so that, because you're going to need
upset
squash
people,
matches.
You're going to upset people like, well, then it's impossible for my 2 favorite guys to fight. Well, at least we have the illusion of it's possible.
Well, I would, if I was going to pitch the idea to them, I would say, hey, look, you have seasons, but you could have a guy just randomly run in. And
that's fine, but we'd have to establish like that being like a rule, because statistically speaking, it's impossible. It's almost not likely your 2 people are going to be the feuding people, but we have the illusion it can happen right now, and the illusion is what keeps a lot of people going.
Yeah, I mean, the season idea would be nice, because then you could have a feud between 2 wrestlers that lasts the entire season. Right, and they could nuance it and they could make it good. Then they wouldn't have to stretch it out for another 6 months.
I also think there's too many wrestlers probably on the main roster.
Well, I think that's, if they had seasons, that would help, because then everybody gets screen time. Especially when you consider there's 5 hours of shows to fill. They could have, the what do they call it now? It's not the draft, it's the mix-up.
No, it's the shake-up, because Superstar Shake-up happens tomorrow.
Whatever they call it.
They used to call it the draft, now it's a shake-up.
It's stupid.
And I don't hate it. I'm of the opinion when there's 2 shows, they should be separate rosters, so that's why I don't hate it.
Oh, no, yeah, I agree with that.
Because I hate people, they're like, we should just have 2 shows and the same roster. I'm like, no, that is actually stupid.
That's what it was for,
which I don't like that.
5 to 6 years.
Oh, I know it was like that, but I think this is objectively a better format in the sense of maybe they'll come together at points, but they're separate. Like, there's a reason we have 2 shows is so we could, have more people that matter in some capacity.
I mean, the idea of the 2 shows is really cool. What they should do then is, not make the shows separate. Like, if Becky's on SmackDown, right? And...
Well, Becky, it's going to be weird because she has 2 belts, but yeah.
well, just for the example, right?
Yeah.
She's on SmackDown, and all of a sudden you see her like backstage at a Raw, like in a segment. Like, you know, having the WWE universe, right, have everything in it, and then they kind of just like, they don't necessarily wrestle on both shows, but they sometimes will appear. Could be good. Also, did I ever tell you to watch Bloodsport?
No, I don't think so.
Look up highlights from Bloodsport.
Bloodsport? Okay.
Davey Boy Smith Jr. had a match there, which was pretty good. Also, Minoru Suzuki. Look up the Minoru Suzuki entrance from Bloodsport.
Okay.
2019, because he wrestled last year. So, and then just watch one of the matches. It's a really cool idea. I'm not going to tell you its gimmick because it gives it away.
Okay.
But it's a really cool show to watch. I caught part of it.
What is your opinion of Enzo and Cass joining Ring of Honor?
Ring of Honor. I don't care. I don't care about either of them. The timing of it
was interesting because people legitimately thought it was like fan gimmick until people found stuff online like, oh wait, no.
Oh no, not just that, like when they did it and basically nobody knew. Just the fact that like 25 to 30 minutes before somebody hopped the barrier and attacked Bret Hart.
That was the thing that made it so much less realistic. Like we thought it was another fan chick, so we were like, wait, what?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you hear about something at ROH.
And you're like, wait, what? Can you appreciate, though, how every wrestler was like, wait, this is an excuse to actually beat someone up. Let's do it. And they all piled on the guy who tried to get Bret Hart.
Yeah. Well, were you watching when, like, there was a string of guys jumping the barrier probably 4 or 5 years ago?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, like, multiple times guys were jumping the barrier and either getting into the ring or like they would jump the barrier and follow a wrestler down during their entrance. Yeah, like honestly, you want to know my stance on the Hall of Fame?
Oh no, what's your stance?
First off, the Hall of Fame is stupid.
I don't know if
it's just who Vince wants.
Well, okay, that's why I think it's stupid. I think the idea of a Hall of Fame isn't.
Oh, the idea of a Hall of Fame is great.
I agree if you want to use
like they should totally give people their props. But just the idea that it's a popularity contest with Vince is stupid. But the fact that they have fans there does not help the event at all.
You think so?
So, here's the thing. If you want fans, that's fine, but make it, you know, a black tie event. Like, try to class it up, right? Only give the Hall of Fame tickets to people that bought the super expensive travel package.
That I'll give you that one. I'll give you that.
Because they're the most dedicated fans, and like,
give it to the Dan Rikers of the world.
Yeah, I don't know why he bought the travel package when it was in his backyard.
That is true. I understand, like, when it wasn't in the backyard to buy the travel package. Don't buy it when you're next door to the place.
Well, and every time... So we're going off on a little Dan Riker thing. I'll say this. Congrats to him on beating GoldenEye on 00 Agent.
Okay.
Because I've been watching him try to just bash his brain in on it. And he definitely has his tendencies where he just, like, he gets set on something and he's going to do it that way. But that guy, every year after Mania, it's like, I'm not doing that again. And then January comes around. I'm going to WrestleMania and I bought the travel package. It's like, I think he said he's no longer going to buy the travel package.
I don't believe him.
It's like $7,000.
I don't believe him. He's gonna.
I mean, I believe him because he's made a lot of good points why he wouldn't, and now that he brings his wife along,
It's double the cost.
it's double the cost, and eating 15 grand for a weekend.
Which is Taco wedding cost of like 20, so.
No, he said it was like 45.
Was it 45 in taxes? God damn it. It was all in taxes.
In taxes, it was like 20 grand. But
doesn't
like,
matter, it was 20
its
grand in
value was
taxes.
like 45 or 50 grand.
That was because he only had to pay taxes. That was the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and suddenly he got that bill and he's like, ooh.
Which I think he talked about too. He knew it would be a lot. He just didn't know what it would be.
I honestly believe when he learned he won, he was not thinking about the taxes until they said something about it.
That was you, but that was you. They probably said something before he signed it out of line, though.
Oh, for sure. They're like, hey, you're going to have to pay taxes on this. And he's like, okay, yeah, whatever.
That's what I meant by, like, he was for sure told before he signed the paper to say it was fine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But he jumps in headstrong on a lot of stuff, and
that's
sometimes
true.
it bites him in the ass.
Like the animes.
I don't know. From everything that I've heard, he actually liked it. And every time that, like, so, Giant Bomb Infinite is actually really good because, well, first off, it's just Giant Bomb 24/7. You can really cool what they do.
I'm still shocked that more people haven't come up with that idea before Giant Bomb really did it. Like in that industry space.
Funhouse was doing it. They had Funhouse TV.
Wait, but
And now every Rooster Teeth production has it, but it's
Right,
on
now they
their
do.
website.
I meant like from the sense of like the way they even did it. I'm like, there's even little stuff of like I've always thought of the practicality of like how much, like why do not like Twitch streamers? Because also Twitch is when you're not streaming.
Oh yeah,
lose
dude,
people?
Twitch just like 24/7.
Right? Why don't every Twitch streamer just do it when they're not running, play stuff, and just have like a pop of like his old stuff? 'Cause you know you get some people to watch it.
Well, it'll do that. It'll say like, here's their last video.
But I meant like no, just have it because you could do archive as live footage.
Oh, you mean just like running it?
Yes, running it when you're not there.
Yeah, I will say the Infinite with the voting and its list of like the last, I think it's 10 videos that played.
Mm-hmm.
I think takes theirs to like an entirely new level because as far as I know, Funhouse TV is just a VLC playlist.
That's true. I meant from like
Unshuffled.
from the Twitch end though. You could do like Twitch plays Pokemon and do that.
Oh yeah,
That's what I meant. From a Twitch end, you could totally do the I'm offline for 10 hours. Here is you guys vote what clip of mine comes next. Here's the list of clips.
yeah.
That's what I meant by you could totally do that. I'm shocked more streamers aren't doing that because that's the streamer fear is always when you're offline you lose money.
I almost wonder if that's just so much of a hassle.
But if you're someone like Ninja, it might be worth the hassle.
Ninja doesn't care, dude.
But
He's
if you
not,
talk
like the money he's losing for being off the line, he's gonna make up anyway.
I meant more because he's one example I know has talked about like when he's taking a couple days off, like he's seeing like actual lower numbers the next time he comes back up. That's why I pointed out him.
Yeah.
And that's why to me I'm surprised more people aren't being like, if you're a decent enough size, it might be just worth the asshole to set that up once and like it probably isn't an atrocious cost.
Maybe.
Just thought.
I mean, it would depend on like how much of it Twitch handles and how much of it you handle.
That's true, but my understanding is people have made, since the reign of Twitch Play Pokemon, they've made APIs that do very similar nonsense. Because all of the API is doing is reading, in techie terms, you're typing stuff in your Twitch chat, some server somewhere is analyzing your Twitch chat and just checking for the commands you asked for and how many commands you are in what direction, and at the end of the time, the most commands win. That like it's not super complicated.
It's just a poll.
That's all it is. It's a poll. It's a live poll, and then you're just parsing text. It's nothing insane.
It's exactly what the Giant Bomb Infinite does.
Right. And that's what I meant. But my example is my understanding is that part of the Giant Bomb Infinite was not the pain in the ass part of it.
Oh no, like
There were pain in the ass parts I've heard, but that was not the part.
Will's talked about it on their giant dev cast. Infinite apparently was like something he did over the weekend.
Right. I think there were bugs to knock out, but yeah, apparently it wasn't super.
Yeah. So, I mean, their player was already apparently kind of set up for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then it was just dedicating a computer to running it. That's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think we've stalled long enough.
It's time to talk about
The most
Cody.
overtly sexual kids movie I think I've seen.
Did you appreciate my text when I was like, I'm 5 minutes of this movie? And he just went, he's a lady killer. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, no, your first text was, I've got something to talk about Cody Banks, and I want to save it for the show. And my instant thought was, oh, did you realize how sexual it is?
I'm gonna say the controversial thing going into our like 1,000-foot impression of this film. I enjoyed the film 1,000 times more than I thought I would.
Oh yeah, it was just a fun like.
Which I didn't understand. I expected it to be a cringy movie, not a cringy fun movie.
Yeah,
It was
I think the
cringy
second
at
one.
points.
I think the second one is more of the cringe,
Oh god.
which I definitely think we have to do at some point.
At some point. But okay, this movie is surprisingly fun. Like there are actual fun action scenes in this film.
Yeah,
There are fun fight scenes. There are just funny moments. Like the actual scene of like when he's getting the lady advice from all the different people is funny.
yeah, that's a fun little scene.
I love the part where it's like the serious scientist. She's like, this is the part of the woman that's like, oh my god, we went there.
So one of the things that I think kind of went by a lot of people was when he's on the computer and he just like alt tabs. It's Warcraft 3. Wow. It's Warcraft 3. I'm thinking to myself, he's in middle school. He's probably 10 or 12 or 13 at the oldest, maybe.
Okay.
And he's playing Warcraft 3.
Mm-hmm. Is that a problem?
Well, no, just as a 13-year-old, would you be playing Warcraft over, like... I think the first Call of Duty was out by that point. Halo was out by that point.
We're forgetting that something like Warcraft was decently big, to be fair. Like,
well, WoW was way bigger than I think anybody ever thought it would ever be.
Right, like the Warcraft games
3
and WoW.
wasn't super, like, comparatively is small.
Comparatively, Warcraft 1 and 2, though, I thought 3 was still surprisingly big.
Oh, yeah, classic Warcraft is still super popular.
That's what I'm
In
like,
fact, it's so
to me,
popular that, like, people are renting out servers on WoW and doing classic Warcraft.
That's true, but that's why to me that's not like absurd from a story point of view. Just because the nature of those things are decently big, and I've definitely heard of people who are just like, no, I just played X RTS like that growing up.
I just imagine it was somebody in a boardroom going like, Johnson, get me a list of the popular video games. And Warcraft 3 happened to be at the top of the list, and he just goes, that one.
They probably just Googled video game. Can we discuss, though, of anyone
Was
in this
Google
film?
even around?
Yeah, they were around, not big. So this film, they had to have been around.
Ask Jeeves would have been around.
Google was invented in 98. What is this film? 2002?
I think so.
That's what I mean, for sure it's around. So we have to talk about one character in this film, though. More than anyone else. We need to discuss Keith David. What do you think the director's advice to Keith David was? Was it just do cocaine and then here's a script? Or what the fuck?
Yeah, probably.
Because every time you see Keith David, I swear to God, he's like when he's like there are angry moments, but like he's like the camera's just zoomed to his face and he's just like has the weirdest smile and just staring.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, the thing of it is, right, like, this movie is such a
you can't
shock.
make this movie now. You just can't.
Yeah. It's such a shock because it's like This was a kids movie?
Right, that's also getting like, how is this a kids movie? It is, but like, how?
Like, oh, Angie, what's her last name? The CIA handler.
Yeah, her. About her.
No. Hanson, maybe?
Hanson sounds right.
No, Harmon. Angie Harmon.
Okay.
Just like the entire time is like
she's just
wardrobe was like, okay, push up, not quite enough. Like, can we put a push up on a push up? Like, let's suffocate her.
Also, can we appreciate the scene when she was introduced and she like takes the guy's towel off and the one boy responds like, take my towel off.
Yeah. Like, I could see that happening today.
No,
but it
that
would be
was an
such
actual moment in a locker room, I bet you. But like putting that in a kids movie.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Well, didn't you say this is a Disney original?
Oh no, I was wrong. I guess this is MGM. I thought it was because it was Hilary Duff and Vicky Muniz. So in my head it was like Disney.
But like, this is something that was designed to run on air.
Right, this is for sure designed to be like a. For record, it was a box office. This was a box office success though, $58 million on a budget of 28.
They made some money.
But the usual one, this is also the era where like films breaking 200 million was unusual. Like this is actually a decent chunk of change for a film.
Back when a ticket cost $2.50.
That's what I mean, like
$10.
Also, which I didn't realize, as we grow into the sequel, Hilary Duff does not return in the sequel.
No, I forget who it is. But Keith David, Angie Harmon, Frankie Muniz, they all come back. It's the summer camp.
Yep.
So here's the thing, right? Like, when I saw Cody Banks, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the one with the summer camp.
Nope.
I legit thought the summer camp in 2 was the beginning of 1. And I hadn't seen those movies in probably 10 years at least. But the fact that I remembered that there's a summer camp in one of them is extremely surprising.
But yeah, Agent Cody Banks is a film that is way better than it has any right to be. It is a fluke it is this good. It's not an adult movie, but I swear to God, should not be a kid's movie also.
This is a kid's movie. Like, this is when you hear about, like, you know, all these references in, like, SpongeBob episodes.
Like, people, like the reference SpongeBob episodes there is nothing comparatively to this.
Well, no, but, like, stuff is written for the parents to understand. Like, this is a movie for the dads that are like,
you're right.
All right, let's go see this.
But this isn't even subtle. That's what gets me. That's what I'm like. The SpongeBob, like all those, like the Disney stuff, always notoriously like that, and that's at least subtle. I don't know if this is.
Oh no, this is like overtly sexual. Like,
that's what I mean. Like the whole like all the old like Warner Brothers stuff, and it's like all the like female stuff's like extremely sexualized in the cartoon form. But I don't know if it's the same way like this is.
This is such a weird.
Well, I have a question about these nanobots.
Yeah.
Just logically, so we retooled them to eat humans, right?
No, So I think the thing of it is.
So I'm glad you knew I was going with this one.
That before they're programmed, they will just start eating.
So all the Ice Cube ones, though, I thought were programmed.
No, they weren't programmed yet. They were going to use them.
But they were, because that's how
the Ice Cubes were.
The Ice Cubes were, because that's how they were threatening her with them.
But then they would have been programmed to eat
right
the metal.
That's what I'm saying. So they dual programmed? Because he threw an ice cube in. She threw an ice cube in the bad guy's mouth. So obviously that one is programmed. And that was the ice cube one he just pulled from the tray. But that was the same tray that Cody Banks then threw at the metal to get out.
There's so many questions with this that it's just like,
Also, I have another question. This is going to sound dumb. So, obviously his plan was world destruction, right? So was he just going to die after that? Because his goal was to kill the entire world.
no, his goal was to steal a nuke, I believe.
But he was going to poison the entire world with ice. Because in the words
No,
of
he
Cody
was gonna.
Banks, quote,
He was gonna
"Everyone
use
uses
the.
ice. Everyone uses ice. This is deadly." Was a Cody Banks quote.
He was gonna send the ice with the nanobots to the places he wanted to break into. I think was what, like, it was just a throwaway line. Like,
Oh, I took it as
of course
he was
they're
just
gonna use ice because everybody uses ice.
I thought,
And
I
so
thought
they're
it
gonna
was
send
he's
it to
gonna
him.
switch out the ice where we use ice with that ice. It was the way I took it.
No, what I could remember, it was him wanting to use the nanobots to, because the thing of it is, right, that first test that they're like, oh, can they eat this?
Mm-hmm.
Is like supposedly the guidance system on some rocket or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So their goal isn't killing everyone, it's to steal rockets or steal nukes or something like that.
Again, it's generic, just MacGuffin stealing.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
It's making a bad guy.
It's making.
Also, I can guarantee you that Ferrari that he drives is not real.
Also, I appreciate how the B-rate bad guy was a better, like his sidekick. I think was a better villain than the actual villain was.
Well, so the villain is from John Wick.
Oh God, you right?
He's the head guy in John Wick at the Continental.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so many people in this movie that you're like, oh yeah, he's from John Wick. He's from... Keith David is from basically everything.
Keith David is from Saints Row.
The guy that Cody Banks shocks with his watch is definitely from something else. I can't remember what it is. But I recognize that guy.
The kid, yeah.
Yeah, the ginger with the spiked hair that he shocks. I recognize him from something, but I can't tell you what it is.
So, here's the tough question. Would you recommend this film?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a yes. Yeah.
But I think it's for a very specific... It's like, if you just want to have fun,
yeah.
absolutely watch this movie.
You have to turn your brain off. You cannot think about what you're watching.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it... Oh, not
the second you think about it, it tears the entire thing down.
Mm-hmm. Second you think about it, it makes zero sense.
Also, this might be the closest you could get to being like a kid's movie with scenes of a softcore porn in it. Like,
that's true.
Like, they were one step away from having Angie Harmon turn around, her jacket be just short enough. No, her jacket would be just short enough, and then she would have like a whale tail from a G-string or something like that. You could tell they wanted to do that.
But for some reason they didn't.
But somebody told them, nah, dude, we need to keep this PG.
And they're like, why?
And then
too. They're like, why?
Their solution to that was just, let's give Angie Harmon the ultimate push-up bra.
God almighty.
I can't imagine that.
How is this a PG film?
Being her on that set must have just been hell. Like,
must have been. But yeah.
I bet that set was pretty fun to be on, but
You know it.
I don't know if I would have won.
You say
Know
that
what I mean?
Someone offer you to a job on an actual movie, you'd be like, I don't care what the movie is. AJ, I have a question. If someone paid you enough, would you be a cameraman on a point shoot?
Yes.
Okay, again, I didn't say in it. I'd like you're the back or some level of producer or something.
It, like, only because I would be curious to see
logistics.
like, yeah, like what are the logistics of a porn shoot? Like, realistically, like, they're not, it's not a one-take thing. Like,
You don't think so?
well, I know so because I've seen some behind-the-scenes stuff, but, like, what's the logistics? Is it like, okay, here's what we're going to do? Do you plan it all out in advance? Do you just kind of let it fly? Like, and I guess that's up to the director, but...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd definitely be something interesting, I think.
Because there's a lot of logistics just looking at that too. I'm like, you do wonder, you're like... So someone messes up, you're like, this is not in the script. Like, do they cut for lines, or they just kind of keep the fib? Like little stuff like that you have to think about.
Oh, they definitely don't cut for lines because some of the bad acting I've seen is just like they could have shot this so much better, but nah, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they obviously don't care. They know the reason people are watching the video.
It's for the great storyline. Isn't that why you watched Game of Dicks? I mean, what?
So I've never watched Game of Thrones. For one reason. I'm gonna watch it once this season's done.
Because it's on right now, so obviously you don't.
And then I will go back and watch it from the beginning.
Interesting. Because what
It's
is it?
how
Only
it-
6
it's like-
episodes.
It's how I watched Sopranos.
That's such a
I waited
good
for
show.
it to be finished.
The Sopranos was almost a perfect show.
It's how I watched The Wire. It's actually how I watched a lot of Always Sunny.
Oh, that's okay.
Like, I didn't start watching Always Sunny until probably the 10th season. But then I went back and
the 17th
caught up.
or whatever.
No, they're on their 14th, 13th or
Oh, they
14th.
renewed to 17th or something like that. They renewed to something like the 17th or something.
Oh, they'll do something. But yeah.
Okay. So
I think it's time to pitch movies.
pitch movies.
Actually, I was just thinking about it. We
Oh,
could
no.
totally do Cody Banks too. Because that's the old movie.
God, I hate you so much.
And then... well, when you see the end of the Cody Banks saga.
AJ, I have breaking news for you as we end this episode. It is the most important Disney announcement of the last 50 years. You ready?
Fallen Jedi isn't going to have microtransactions?
No, this is not the most important Disney news. That's important Disney news. They are doing a live remake of Lilo and Stitch. We are good to cut
Where's
the
that?
show. I'm gonna say it.
No,
The
I think
original
our new
Lilo and
movie
Stitch-
needs to be Avengers.
Well, that's not gonna work out well. So, I thought we were doing an Avengers like spoiler cast, or whatever.
We could. I guess we could do a spoiler cast, but then we could also do it as our movie club and talk broader.
We will figure it out. 'Cause we gotta talk about that probably.
We're definitely going to do an Avengers something.
An Avengers something in some capacity will be the next episode. What it is the question.
Yeah, we might get a regular SWW show up, just kind of based on when we both see Avengers.
I see Avengers that Thursday night, but I don't know when you are.
I haven't gotten my ticket yet, so I'll probably see it that first week in May.
So yeah, I got my ticket because I'm doing AMC A-list now. So
Oh, good for you.
it's okay.
So honestly, does it? It's what? It's still $20 a month.
So it pays for itself in my area. So in years it might not, and
Yeah.
this is why I did it. It's $21.12 with taxes, but a ticket with taxes is like 12 something. So if I see 2 movies a month, I actually save money, and it's 10% off
Yeah.
every food and drink I do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how quickly does it pay itself off?
So you get, like, for me, logistically, it actually, and the AMC is the closest theater to my house.
Yeah.
So you can make fun of me all you want. You understand financially why it's worth it.
Oh, I'm not gonna make fun of you because it's the same reason I had Movie Pass. I could pay it off in a movie and a half.
And I can pay it off in 2 movies, which, if we just do our movie and then I see something else I want to see in a month I want to see normally, there it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. These unlimited things are definitely good deals.
So AMC's is, the catch of it is 3 movies a week, and the only thing is, which I don't know if I love, but I understand why they do it, is if I, like, Avengers right now is one of my 3 slots until I see it.
That makes sense.
So I could still see 3 movies in a week, but I can't, like, get 3 tickets at once because it's one of my ticket slots.
Yeah.
Which I understand why they do it, because this way you can't, like, just book every single movie now forever.
Yeah.
And just hold the tickets. Oh, I do have a complaint, though, about it when I figured out when I got to the movie yesterday, which threw me off completely. So I booked this for the 6:20 showing of Best of Enemies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somehow my ticket became the 7:20 showing for Pet Sematary, and I was very confused.
That's weird.
So I had to, like, cancel it and then rebook it, and I checked my email. My email said Best Enemies, so somehow in the system it switched itself.
That's really weird.
Right? It worked out, but I was very confused when I printed my ticket, because, you know, you go to the AMC, you swipe a credit card, and it prints out the ticket.
Yeah.
I was like, why does it say Pet Sematary at 7:20? Because it's not a thing I would see. That was very much like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I thought it was a good, interesting, weird moment. Anything else?
I believe that's it for the show. So you can check Mike out at Mikey_Maroney on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Check me out at LowCBoy. Is the show at the SWW show?
Yeah, it's at the SWW show. And if you go to the SWWshow.com right now, by the time this goes up, it should at least reroute directly to our anchor.fm feed. So, a nice shortcut there.
There you go.
Yeah. We will catch you guys next time, either with a normal show or with an Avengers. But trust me, you'll know from the title what it is.
One of them will say Mega Avengers spoilers in it.
No, that's not how SEO works. So just say Avengers Endgame. What are you talking about?
Well, no, it'll have to be Avengers Endgame, and then we can put spoilers.
Yeah. But I meant
that's how SEO works.
Yeah. But we will catch you all next time. Goodbye.